Hi, I'm Dr. Bruce Chalmer. Welcome to my website. Most of the people who come to this website are in one of two situations, broadly speaking. Either something is just not working well in your relationship, and maybe it's been like that for a long time, or it's built up over a long period of time. Things just don't feel right. You don't have the sense of deep connection you used to have. Maybe you're arguing way more than you want to. Maybe you're arguing about things that later seem sort of trivial, and why did you argue? That sort of thing is often why people come here. But the other reason is often that there's been some crisis. It's not just something that, from your perspective, is built up. It's like, oh my goodness, you just found out that there's been infidelity, or you've just confessed to infidelity, or some other sort of betrayal. So it's much more of a crisis situation. In either of those situations, what are you looking for when you come possibly thinking to do couple sessions with someone like me? You're looking, first of all, to be able to calm down enough to consider your options without being in a panic. You're looking for clarity about your situation. And I think you're also looking for hope. Hope that you can do things to make the situation better. And whatever better might mean, and it varies from couple to couple. So let me explain to you, if you want to work with me, and you're welcome to do so, let me explain what sessions with me are like. So we start off with some pretty structured questions, that none of which would be terribly surprising to you, and I find out something about why you're there and what better looks like to you. That's often sort of what I'm implying with some of my questions. And I do a family diagram to get some background. And then maybe about 10-15 minutes in, I talk about a particular distinction, a particular situation that I like to call the passion paradox. Now, what do I mean by the passion paradox? Well, couples need stability, that sense of safety, that sense of security, and couples also need intimacy, that sense of feeling alive and feeling like you can be who you are in the relationship. Those are both needs, and the paradox is the skills you need for each of those conflict with each other. That somehow trying to privilege stability has the effect often of cutting down on intimacy, and that itself becomes destabilizing. So how do you deal with that paradox? Well, that's a lot of what we talk about in that moment in the session. And when I do that, it is very often a sort of light bulb moment for the couples that are there. They're saying, oh, I hadn't thought of it that way. I'll tend to ask, does any of that resonate for you? And they will say, yeah, often it does. Often people will say, wow, that really describes what's happening for us. So there they are with this sense of understanding, and that itself, right from the get-go, often provides some kind of relief. It doesn't solve all their problems, of course, but it provides a sense that, oh, there's a different way of thinking about this that isn't what we came in with. And that's what I hope you get if you choose to work with me. And then from there, we go on to learn the skills you need to be able to deal with the situation, and also to develop plans for figuring out how to change it. So that's more or less what you get when you have sessions with me. The first session I mentioned is pretty structured. After that, it's a lot. I've compared it to improv theater. It's improv theater, not in the sense that we're trying to make comedy, although I will say there are sometimes moments when we're all laughing because we're able to recognize sometimes that life has its absurdities in it. But it's improv theater in the sense that we're following the meaning where it goes. And so whatever comes up, I'm not categorizing you, I'm not pathologizing you, I'm not saying you're crazy. You're not crazy. You're in pain, but you're not crazy. What we do is we just follow the meaning. So if you're interested in working with me, just find the button on the website that says schedule a session, and I will tell you all that does is you fill out a form and it just generates an email. So if you want to just drop me an email, you can do that from the website as well. And I would be happy to schedule a time with you. It's all by telehealth. You can be any place you are. There is an alternative that I also mentioned on the website. I invite you to check out. I created a self-paced video course. If you're not ready for couple sessions, or you're not sure you need couple sessions, do check that out. If you go to the page on the menu that says video course, you will see there's a video there, and I invite you to check out that video because there is a discount code in there. So if you want to purchase the video course, you'll get a discount. So if you'd like to work with me, go ahead and get in touch, and I'd be happy to hear from you.